Greetings. I'm delighted to meet with you today as we continue our voyage through the book of Genesis. And we arrive at the narrative that resonates with the themes of resilience, forgiveness, and the unwavering hand of God on Joseph and his redemption narrative. In the midst of trials and triumphs, Joseph's journey teaches us profound lessons about God's providence and the transformative power of forgiveness. What I'd like to do is highlight for you three themes from betrayal to blessing, the crucible of character, and the forgiveness, a path to redemption. And explore with you Joseph's life, drawing insights that echo through generations and holds relevance for us today in our faith journeys. First, from betrayal to blessing. Joseph's journey begins with betrayal, but it unfolds into an intricate revelation of God's providence, turning betrayal into blessing. First, the pit of betrayal. Joseph's brothers' envy leads to a cruel betrayal. They sell him into slavery, and we read that in Genesis chapter 37 and verse 28. The pit symbolizes the depths of betrayal and the despair that follows. You may be in a pit because of the betrayal of your loved ones. You did not intend to be there, but you are there. And that has to do with those who were closest to you, who pushed you into the pit and betrayed your confidence. If that can happen to Joseph, it can happen to you as well. But when you go through the pit of betrayal, do remember the second point that I'd like to highlight: God's unfolding plan. In Genesis chapter 39, we are given a glimpse of God's providence at work as Joseph rises from slavery to prominence in Potiphar's household. The Lord's favor accompanies Joseph, transforming adversity into blessing. Dearly beloved, you know what? Your situation is not indicative of where you are to settle down. Your pit is only a pit stop. But you have miles to go, and God shall unfold his plan of providence to take you out of that pit. Secondly, divine timing. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams eventually leads him out of the prison into the service of Pharaoh. In Genesis chapter 41 and verse 41, he is elevated to be second in command over all of Egypt, showcasing God's perfect timing. As you go through the pit and are confined in the uncomfortable circumstances and unsolicited temptations, know that as you continue to be faithful, he shall in his time bring you through to your breakthrough that will get the entire world to sit up and take note of. Secondly, the crucible of character. Joseph's journey is marked by character development, a journey that molds him into a vessel of God's purpose. Let me highlight for you three key areas. One, integrity in temptation. Joseph's refusal to yield to Potiphar's wife's advances displays his integrity. And we read that in Genesis chapter 39, verses 8 to 10. This stands as a testament to his commitment to honor God above all else. The presence of temptation is no license for indulging in it. There are many who consider the opportunity to sin as a permission to give in. Remember Joseph's remark, "How can I sin against God?" That you have the ever-seeing eyes of the Lord on you should be reason enough to maintain your integrity regardless of who else is watching or not. Secondly, faith in adversity. In the prison, Joseph remained steadfast in his faith. His interpretation of dreams, including the dreams of the cupbearer and the baker, demonstrates his trust in God's sovereignty. Periods of adversity may be varied. It could be short, as in the pit, or it could be long, as in the prison. Regardless of the length of the adversity or the intensity thereof, your response to adversity will either pave the way for prominence or set the context for disaster. Thirdly, generosity in prosperity. Now, Joseph's eventual reunion with his brothers reveals his generous heart. He did not hold grudges. He did not seek revenge. He did not lord himself over his brothers, but reflected a Christ-like character, one that overflowed with love. When God promotes you and prospers you, how is your heart? Are you willing to let the past be past and the bygones be bygones, and are willing to usher in the present with a grateful heart? Or do you dwell in the past and seethe with anger at those who sought to destroy you in your formative years? Remember, God loves a generous heart, and that heart of generosity will be further applauded. Thirdly, forgiveness, a path to redemption. Joseph's story culminates in a remarkable act of forgiveness, a choice that leads to redemption and reconciliation. What are the areas of reconciliation? Reconciliation with brothers. In Genesis chapter 45, Joseph forgives his brothers, revealing a heart transformed by grace. He recognizes God's hand in the midst of betrayal and embraced reconciliation. Secondly, a healing journey. Joseph's forgiveness journey is a testament of God's redemptive power. He sees to heal the wounds of the past, demonstrating that forgiveness paves the way for God's healing. And thirdly, a glimpse of Christ. Joseph's story foreshadows Christ's ultimate act of forgiveness. Just as Joseph extends grace to his undeserving brothers, Christ extends grace to us through his sacrifice on the cross. The journey of Joseph from pit to palace, from betrayal to blessing, serves as a living testimony to God's providence, character transformation, and the profound power of forgiveness. Just as Joseph's story resonates through generations, it carries valuable insights for our lives. May the lessons of Joseph echo in our hearts, reminding us of God's sovereignty in our trials and refining process of character development and a liberating path of forgiveness. As we navigate the complexities of our journeys, let us remember that God's redemptive plan is at work even in our darkest moments. The narrative of Joseph is a testament that even in the midst of adversity, God can bring forth blessings. That even in the crucible of trials, our character can be refined, that even in the face of betrayal, forgiveness can lead to redemption. May we embrace the grace of God, just as Joseph embraced the power of forgiveness. May we be vessels of reconciliation, shining a light of hope in a world longing for healing and redemption. This is Pearl John signing off, the other 167. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week, same time, on the same channel. Have a fantastic weekend.